Alrighty, and welcome back to part 6 of playing Final Fantasy X the wrong way. Lastly, we beat the Luca Goers. With a little bit of luck, we laughed really loud, and now we're on the high road. Thankfully, we're now on the high road. It's going to be a lot less cutscene based, and we're actually going to be able to go through a lot of encounters. You'd actually go through these people and figure out which one has extractability. Yuna does. Alright, cool. So the first few fights are going to be tutorial fights to get used to the new monster mechanic called Armored. Basically means we need a piercing weapon to do damage. We've encountered Armored before.
Ha! That one looks slow.
It's also tough. Let me handle this.
No way! Ha! What the?
Kind of curious to what would happen if you actually, like,
Sir Aaron's the best.
if you grinded long enough out until you could actually, even through getting hit with the non-piercing, be able to still kill it. It would be actually something really funny to see what would happen. We're gonna try to do minimum grinding. I don't think
do you know
it'll be necessary.
Are from?
Might need it for a few of the difficulty checks.
City most ancient. A terrible testament to sin's power. I tremble every time I see them. Compared to sin, humans are mere mud puppies.
But I believe humans are the only ones capable of defeating sin.
A good reply. I am relieved to hear you say that, milady Samana.
Oh?
Where are my manners? I am matron, a scholar, at your service, milady. I am on a journey, studying the history of our world, Spira, seeking its stories and secrets. My travels have taken me to many places, and I am troubled by what I have seen. Fragile smiles on people's faces, crumbling at the mere mention of sin. They are counting on you, milady. Give them a reason to rejoice once more.
I will.
Yeah, as I was saying, probably only one or two things should really need any form of grinding, if at all, which will be much later in the game. This poses to be a pretty darn big problem. We've got a flyer, we've got hard shell, which Kimahri also has a piercing weapon. We also have a elemental, which generally do a lot of damage, and the flyer has the chance to confuse, which is really painful later on. We're gonna hit that with extractability because we were really low on that ability orb, and we really need it to continue onwards. Oh, this is so bad. Yeah, we're gonna take a lot of damage. This is gonna be pretty painful off the start. What ability? I'm gonna bring in Waka.
Bring it on.
I don't think he'll probably one-shot this, and even if, yeah, it's worth it. I'm gonna go extractability on this one. Well, we're gonna get rid of the caster because the caster does a lot of damage, a metric ton of it, and it needs to go away. Yeah, it does actually more damage than that ram did.
Farewell.
And with that, we used all four. We used everyone except Kimahri and Tidus. So, no, just Tidus. Kimahri actually, yeah, no, Kimahri did something. I forgot about that. But since we got those two extra, we can start moving Waka again. Get him that guard ability right now. And should be able to get him an additional 400 health. Yeah. That'll make him healthier than Auron currently is. Auron is going to start all the way down here. He's going to be our thief. So, having Auron being our thief, it's going to be a little hard to get him there, since there's no easy way to just plop right over to here. So what I'm planning on doing is bring him up to this health node. I'm gonna take him around, get the extract power. He's gonna go up, he's gonna get flee, and then come back down, go through where Yuna is, go around, and by the time I get him here, which actually is gonna take me quite a bit of time, I'll have that level 1 key sphere that I'm gonna be getting from the purple dude walking around right now somewhere on the high plane, the high road. It's gonna be kind of, gotta keep an eye out for him and actually hopefully catch him through getting an encounter, because if we get tagged with an encounter and by the time we get out, we actually have a small window of time where we're not able to move. So he'll just get a little bit farther away from us. Belgiumine is also on this road, and I'm gonna need... There she is. And I know for a fact I will not be able to beat her with Yuna's gimped stats. I'm just gonna have to trust in that. I'm not gonna overdrive farm for it or anything.
Yes.
It's really not worth the effort.
I am Lucille, captain of the Jose Chocobo Knights.
And I'm Alma. We've been charged to guard the high road.
There have been reports of a large fiend appearing in this area with a taste for chocobos. Do take care, Summoner Yuna, if you are to rent any chocobos.
Thank you. We will be careful.
Good. We should get back to our rounds. Farewell.
Our prayers are with you.
A large fiend? Let's go get him!
Why?
It's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do.
What'd I say now?
Jecht said that a lot too. And every time he said it, it meant trouble for Braska and me.
Braska and I. Alrighty, there we go. Yep, never mind.
It is an honor, Sir Orin.
Thanks.
You know, lose out on the ability sphere, but I really don't want this thing getting attacked.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, we're so close not being able to kill that thing. The problem I have here is I would normally want to do extractability on it. I would kill the one off. I would kill the armored Raldo off, and then I would just use Null Element to get rid of the incoming Blizzard. But nobody knows it yet because no one's high enough level. So we've got time to rotate everyone in for a little bit of free experience. Yuna actually is going to get that extractability off. Even if she crit would have been fine. And
Waka's back on the field.
Should be able to do more than 22 damage to it. Yeah. Alright, we're good. Gotta pick what I can do. Some level ups will be nice, but you have something for me, don't you? Yeah. Not anything worth much. Alright, let's fight Belgiumine.
A summoner party.
You too are a summoner?
My name is Belgamine. You are?
My name is Yuna.
Ah, the High Summoner's daughter. I've heard much of you. But you are still fresh on the road, are you not?
Yes, I am.
I might have a few things to teach you.
Hmm?
Let us see which are stronger. My Aeons or yours. A one-on-one match. Not to the death, of course. What do you say?
I'll do my best.
Good. Before we begin, your Aeons have been healed. You can fight with your full strength. Come. Show me how strong of a...
since we only have one option, we're going to bring in the Baleful. Later on, when you fight Belgamine, she will summon the most recent Aeon you've gotten. So when we find her next after the Jose's Temple, she will have, she'll summon Ixion. Which, if you can kill Ixion with one Aeon, then she will summon another one. But if you let one of your Aeons die, and you have no other Aeons besides the last one you summon in when you kill it, neither does she, because there can only be one of an Aeon out at a time. Yeah, there's no way we're going to take this down. Meteor Strike hits hard, even through boost, not boost, shield. We're not going to have a lot of magic, and especially since we haven't used these things to fight a lot of... we haven't fought a lot of things, so they haven't got their natural stat boost. Aeons get progressively stronger the more things you kill, up to a certain point. Yeah, we're gonna have to shield. Got a few more casts of Blizzard, then we're gonna go all out with that Energy Ray. Energy Blast would give us the best chance of doing this, but since I decided it wasn't worth the 5 or 6 minute back trek for it, especially through all of the, ouch. We're gonna have to shield this. I don't think we're gonna survive the shield. Now we're gonna go for it. Even though it doesn't really benefit us at all. Yeah. Going for the Energy Ray. One chance to get through it. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough. Since Yuna's not been going down her grid, she's not been getting up any magic to make that Blizzard do any more damage. She hasn't got any real strength upgrade either to make its auto attack really do anything. So.
Oh, you have.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't help in playing this completely backwards.
But you did. You show with more training.
Thank you. But
the main reason we're
I
doing
think
this
you-
is
I cannot.
Huh?
Or should I say, I was not able to.
You mean...
Farewell, Yuna. We'll meet again.
yeah, so next fighting her the first time is kind of optional. We really didn't need anything out of this. Just gave us a Seeker's Ring, which is slightly better than what we have because it's got that open slot. We're not going to be worrying too much about that. That's much better. The red arm guard, the red armlet is so nice. We're not going to really get away with having a lot of stuff from a lot of these things. There's a lot of the things here we're not going to be able to just shield off by armor or weapon, even though it will help us in the long run for some places. Alright, since he already got his turn, I don't think I can actually hit him with an extractability. She hasn't gotten any of her accuracy yet, so we're just gonna drop it right there. Oh, I didn't mean to swap in there.
So, how shall we do this?
I'm gonna bring an Orin in so we can get rid of the
This
thing
ends
that we
now.
extracted. Gonna bring Lulu in. It's not gonna do much. She can't one-shot it, so we're gonna bring Tidus back in.
Back in the fray!
We're gonna get him out of here, so that way we just don't have to take the damage. Lulu can't kill these things yet. And Tidus can't back her up with support magic, so we're gonna just have to cure up a little bit.
Aid us.
Get Orin popped back off. Since we've already used him, but we haven't used Walk, we're gonna bring him in. Kinda just walk. We're gonna bring Lulu in and hit up that fire on it. I'll leave it with like 30 health left. Ooh, left it with 51. She'll wither that attack pretty well. Bring Kamari in. We'll get that Lancet. Shouldn't kill. Oh wow, did a lot more damage than I thought it would have. Either way, we're just kind of trying to get make sure everyone keeps up with everyone, because if one person falls behind, it becomes a lot more of a problem. and just try and get everyone their levels so we can actually start moving them and getting them to actually do something. Lulu's just now starting to get some agility, so she's going to be landing that. She gets an additional 2 magic points, which is really sweet that she gets it out of Waka's grid like that. But she's going to be lacking on strength for a little while. But as long as she gets the agility needed to hit for her accuracy, like to help with her accuracy, like once she gets enough accuracy that she can start hitting a little bit better, we'll hopefully be able to start using her more for her new intended role and not what she currently is. Waka needs to go get Power Break because it's going to be pretty vital. Tidus can't get a secondary magic. He only needs 3 more levels before he's gotten all, but 1 more level to get fire for these blizzard, these ice elementals we're coming across. It'll be a lot better once he knows that. I'm gonna go through abilities on Yuna and just queue up some of the low people. It's a little bit of a waste of mana, but we're gonna need it to travel this whole high road without sitting and camping over by the save sphere.
My Lady Summoner.
You're a summoner? Yes.
Yes,
My name is Yuna.
I'm Callie.
Nice to meet you, Callie.
Lady Yuna, are you going to bring us the calm?
Yes. Very soon.
Yay!
We're looking forward to another calm, my Lady Summoner.
I'll do my best.
And good luck to your guardians as well.
What's the calm?
The calm is a time of peace. It comes after a summoner defeats sin and lasts until sin reappears.
Huh?
Sin dies and is reborn.
I get it! I thought it was weird. Yuna's dad defeated Sin 10 years ago, right? But Sin's still here. Didn't make much sense till now. Wait, if it just comes back...
Don't say it isn't worth it. Because it is.
Even for a little while, people can sleep in their beds without being afraid. That kind of time is worth anything. Don't say it isn't worth it. Your words that day, Yuna, I remember them well.
Something Alright, so we've got ourselves a new group of people here. We're gonna get rid of that dingo on the left, and we're just gonna get pummeled. Hopefully he doesn't gore us. Yeah, just a standard bite attack will be fine. Since it has almost no evasion, we're just gonna actually use Woo for intended purposes now. A 38 damage is really gonna bite into this, but we've got our White Mage putting out some of that good old damage. Since we've gotten that down, we're gonna bring Orin in, hit it down. We're gonna swap out for Yuna.
Let me help.
We're going to, again, extract some ability off of it. Oh, it's gonna be such bad damage. Hit it again. We're gonna swap her out for Waka, just to make sure he gets in on this. And then we're gonna hit it till it dies. With our arguably best current hitters. Alright, so down on the... It's out of darkness, but I can kill it this turn, so I won't have to worry about reapplying. The great thing about having Lulu, and as our status inflictor, which is a very small great thing, is that she starts off with such high base magic, points, the mana, that I don't have to worry about her running out as quickly as Waka would if I constantly have to dark something. And let's just take someone's ball and just punt it off into the wild, and then not bother to talk to him. Ambushes are the worst thing that can happen here. But thankfully they're all hitting our tank. Yeah, since we're not taking Tidus down his standard path, he's not fast enough to keep up with the dingoes. So we're just gonna have to heal up Orin a little bit. We're gonna clock this one. We're gonna have to take a blizzard. Kamari didn't act, so we have to bring him back in. She acted, we'll bring in Waka. Sadly, Waka doesn't know silence, or else this would be a lot easier. I'm gonna bring Lulu in as the last, but we're not gonna be able to kill it this turn. Black fire. She got that 2 more, so maybe that'll be, yeah. 420 lays it with the fire skill. And that 2 additional magic she got from Waka's grid was enough to get her to one-shot these now, which will really save us on some unnecessary damage later on. I am actually going to drop Kamari out of the party and Waka as well, because having Tidus still has the highest agility in my party, and I still want him to go first.
Oh yeah!
So, this is actually the equivalent of having a Orin Tidus Waka party, because of what Lulu's whole job is to do, is just to dart anything we come across. She also has the added-in auxiliary utility of being able to get rid of the elementals for right now. Kamari's not looking so good, but he'll get that free overdrive and a little bit of healing out of it. I'll swap out for Waka. Just try and make sure everyone gets their turn on the whammo blammo train for the EXP. Don't summon. Just block it inside the head. Deck it for a little bit of damage. Yeah, we have it this turn. We're gonna swap back in Tidus.
My turn now!
And we're gonna finish him off with the wall.
No time to
My
waste.
favorite thing about this game, it's like, yeah, you should be swapping in your people, but they make it free. It doesn't take an action to swap, which a lot of people don't actually take too advantage of. But if you only have one person with sensor, and it's not the person that needs to be in the fight currently, it is actually okay to swap him in. Bring up the attack menu, look at the enemy that you're going to be censoring, and then swap him out to what you need to be using. We got that secondary flea. No, that's cheer. So with Yuna and Tidus both knowing cheer for an upcoming, the upcoming battle, I can take Orin, put him in there with both of them, and I can get cheer up twice as fast. Especially if I would have gone the other way and grabbed that haste a little bit sooner. I think I will have to grind out a few levels because I really do want that haste. But we'll see how things go. We're 1 level away from getting the silence attack, which will really help us. It's a little bit too late in my opinion, because if we would have gotten the silence attack a little bit earlier while we started this journey, we wouldn't have had to take as much damage as we have. Now that I have, Kamari needs that next thing. Alright, we can take off some of Yuna's magic for the re-heal. We are also going to need to swap her in for Waka and get 1 more fight before we move on to the next zone. The 1 more fight is needed for... Wait. There we go. Give me a really nice fire band right there. but we need the ability sphere because we're out, and we're going to definitely run into more of these later. I have options here. I know Kimahri doesn't do enough damage. But he does have extractability, which will help us get through this a little bit faster. Oh, he does! Wow! We're gonna extractability on this because I am 100% certain she will not hit the fire. There's been no increases to anybody's abilities. Since we got that extractability out, though, we can go
So,
and
how
just
shall we do this?
finish this off with some fire. Having 52 fire stat does 429 damage to Tidus's 5. So that should let us know that we're going to have a really hard time killing those things with this magic. Yep, there's the miss. Didn't expect it to land. That's okay. He's been confused, and it's his turn. Thankfully, he has low attack stat. Not attack stat, accuracy. We're actually going to switch Tidus in, because everyone has had a turn except Tidus and Auron. Now, since it was his turn, we can swap in Auron. Since weight is a much faster priority move,
no
switch
worries.
and Waka, take this down, and not worry about the confuse.
I'm good, yeah?
We're not going to ever be able to land an extractability currently, not with Kimahri or Yuna. Now, since we have that, we can go over to Kimahri and grab him that ability sphere from the cure. We can take him back, and in a few levels, you should be able to get all of these null abilities, which we're really looking forward to. Auron's going to get extract power, even though power is the one thing that we are in, like, droves of. Yuna's going to move forward. She's going to get a little bit of agility, so she might move a little bit faster. Her agility is incredibly low. Actually, she's the fastest one now. Holy crap, what am I saying? Just shows how much wrong I am. So we need to be running Yuna and Tidus in the front line, because I want to outspeed a couple of things, give me the option to switch if I have to. Now we gotta keep our eyes peeled. There should be a guy with a purple shirt around here somewhere. If anything, there he is. There's that level 1 key sphere we need to make our Auron the thief of the party. We getting that outspeed on our Yuna. We're gonna bring her in and just hit that. We're gonna swap in Kimahri because we know he can kill these things with extractability, so we're gonna just go for it now, get it out of the way. Wow, that was a crit. And we're gonna knock this thing out of the sky because screw it. Gonna take a blizzard, but we now have 2 white mages in the party, so we can just easily go through and heal off that. We're gonna wait on Auron, and we're gonna bring in Tidus. I want to see how much damage he currently does with fire. Oh my god, that's pathetic. Oh no. I had a feeling it'd be somewhere in like 100, but 70. Oh, this is gonna be brutal to get him, have him, because he's gonna be the one getting the higher abilities for our magic later on down the line. And the problem with that is he's going to have to do all of our damage, and it's just going to be so gimped. I honestly feel like until he gets Faraga... Ah, there we go. This is what I've been looking for. This is a very important battle to cheesing a lot of fights. We need to turn our Kimahri, into a living time bomb now. So, Kimahri doesn't have a lot of maximum health, which is sad.
Freeze.
But we're gonna have a problem with these things. They're gonna do a lot of damage, and I think I'm gonna run. There's no point fighting it, because the only person who's gonna be able to kill them without getting a self-destruct out of it will be Lulu, and that means she has to take how much health do these things have? Yeah, 850. She's gonna need 3 turns, because at 420 damage, that's 840. That's leaving her down by 10, Now, I could sub in anyone else to do that damage, but she still has to hit the thing twice, so it'll be her, someone else, her, while the other two are just sitting there pummeling us, and I'd rather... Oh, I don't know flee yet. Those problems. Don't know that silence. So, gonna need to just really cheese this by bringing in Ifrit. Since he absorbs fire, he'll just get health back from this. So they cannot physically damage him, but this is using a summon to cheese this, which makes me kind of sad.
Will you help us?
Yeah, with yeah, he's not gonna be able to do enough damage. It'll be dropping him to 750, but thankfully he's just gonna get the health back. So we're just gonna mash our way through this by repeatedly hitting the A button, or X, whatever console you're playing it on. I'm using an Xbox controller, but I'm actually went and had the textures re-changed for a PlayStation controller, because that's the only one I really know well. Like, you tell me where X is, and I'll intrinsically hit the bottom button, even though it's A for an Xbox controller. And that really throws me off when I try to use Orin's later overdrives that are a lot more out of the way. First one's just the numpad and your shoulder buttons, which are in the same location. But as soon as it's like X, B, Y, A, and I'm like, where do those things live? And I have to look down, and I fail it a lot of times. One of the things that I find really interesting is he has Null Blaze, which will only ever affect himself. Like, I understand having Null Frost, it covers your one weakness with the ability to just eat one attack of it. But Null Blaze prevents you from healing. Like, it'll only... anything that hits Ifrit with fire will heal him. So, why would I want to negate that? It's pretty confusing. You can't use it on the previous party behind you. It's just not gonna do you any good. Alright, Kamari's got plenty of magic. So the great thing about Kamari is since he already knows Lancet off the start, he can Lancet back the mana used to heal outside of while we're running. Got that unit outspeed. And we're gonna just knock out the dingo. Still don't have silence just yet. We need one more level for it. So we're gonna swap in a Yuna for this. Eventually we'll just beat it down with Lulu, but we need to... we have the option of getting everyone in on this, so we might as well. We have to pray really hard that Lulu's grid has a lot of magic up, because Tidus has incredibly low magic stat. And if I can force my way through this by physical attacks, I'll laugh. It'll require a secondary crit, and then Kamari would still have to go. So we are good to... I was gonna say, could I kill this with Tidus, but I'm not gonna take the chance. It'll just take time when I can just use Lulu to do it. I have to be careful though, Lulu's gonna be running low on magic here. Since I'm relying on her so much, she's already half down. I think actually, if I were to look at it... well, let's give everyone one more level. Right now, one level really means a lot of difference. That one strength up. And we learned our last abilities for completing Tidus as a tertiary mage. He's not going to be our main mage for a while until he gets here. Then you'll have a magic of 8. Whoop-de-freaking-do. That'll catch up to Lulu eventually. But he's got a long way to go before he's actually going to do much. Getting our first null ability, which is Null Frost, which will help us a lot if we need to come back here and start getting out a lot more levels. The silence attack will be useful for those bombs, because once you hit them once, they cannot physically attack you. They're forced to use fire, which if you silence them, then they can't do jack diddly squat for you. We're going to take the entire way back. Since we've already been here, we can go 1 level, gets us 4 nodes back. Really helpful. Orin's going to be our first person, maybe, depending on who gets 2 levels first, either her or Orin or Yuna. Whoever gets 2 levels first is the first one to learn Flee. But, alright, everyone's leveled up, and we're going to keep going. Got a little cutscenes, 2 cutscenes actually coming up. Alright, so we're going to bring in Lulu now. We're going to we're going to silence attack this thing. And we're just going to stop it from ever talking again. Get that Moogle status on it. We're going to knock down the flyer again. I'll leave Kamari to have his turn to extract ability on this. Now that we have successfully silenced it, it will not take a turn. It has no physical attacks. We can swap back into Yuna.
Let them come.
Just guard. Swap into Orin. Repeat until everyone has taken an action. I'm gonna bring Tidus in because he's not done anything. And we're gonna laugh at that 72 damage. Oh, getting him to be useful is gonna be a pain. So I have the option of killing it right now, or I can lance it back a lot of that mana. 102 mana back. That really keeps Kamari as my white mage topped off, so if I ever need to heal out of combat, he always will have the mana for it. We can also do it with Lulu too, but I doubt it will give very much left, because we probably sucked 90% of its mana out on that first go. And we're just gonna hit it until it dies. No other reason not to. Can't overkill it, so whatever's the fastest, whatever conserves as much. We've got a sphere saves grid coming up pretty soon, but it's nicer to just kind of, if I feel like I need to not walk all the way to the sphere grid, have to do all of those cutscenes, and then come back to start grinding before the Chocobo fight, I can at least just stick around here for a little bit. So there's those 3 bombs I'm talking about. We're gonna try to kill at least one of them. If Kamari would have 1 or 2 more levels, we'd have Null Fire, which would basically negate the threat that these things pose to us. But as of right now, we need to just be very careful with how we deal with this. Need to blizzard it, and it needs to do 340 damage, which we do 400. That one's down. Take the damage. As long as they don't all hit Lulu, we're fine. She is very low health. With our cat sitting in the party, we can just keep her topped off. We're gonna go ahead and hit this next one. Lulu has such low agility, she'll go once every twice of them, which also makes this a lot more frustrating to deal with. Fire Op's gonna be on Lulu. Fire on Lulu again. And as long as this doesn't crit on Lulu, which didn't even go for it, we're fine. So this will get rid of one of them. So we're down 1, but we're also running a little low on health. So I'm gonna actually heal up, Lulu again, because we just want to keep her up. She's our damage share. And we're gonna swap in Yuna. Yuna, since she's also our white mage, is gonna keep Kamari up and running. So this is gonna be just a struggle of attrition. Gonna have to wait through the damage until I can get 2 blizzards on this middle one. I cannot extract power. I can only extract an ability on the leftmost one, because if I hit any of them, I won't have enough damage to kill it. Since everyone's fine up, we're gonna actually go for that extractability, because we're down to like still 4 of them, and we're gonna need a lot of them because everyone's going to different grids and learning everyone's base abilities, which some have quite a few, like all of the base magics. We're gonna bring in Orin, and we're just gonna let him guard it. Guard doesn't help you much when you get caught on fire. Guard only does well against physical attacks, and once I've hit these once, and 2 for the middle one's sake, it's all magical from there. So I'm gonna bring Waka in just to hold the fort down. Gonna bring back in Kamari just in case we need a heal. Just guard. Not gonna do me any good, but it's something. I'll blizzard it, and until Tidus gets that +3 to magic, he's not gonna be able to do any damage. Besides physical. We're not going to see him actually taking over as the mage of the party for a little while. He does more than 165 damage. Well, on crit, definitely. Okay. Everyone gets 1 level, except Tidus. We got 1 ability sphere. They went over here. It's completely optional to talk to them. They say, hey, great game, we saw ya, and all that stuff. And we're just gonna ignore them. We have to talk to her.
Yevon's teachings say...
Try to get this done as quickly as possible.
I only meant to...
Are you
and
alright?
when I mention quickly as possible, it's still gonna be a 12+ hour playthrough. Because there's no way to do it in under 10.
It is an
without
honor,
abusing like the no encounters
My name is
or
Shalinda.
speed up.
I am a disciple of Yevon.
What was all that about? The Crusaders operation?
You mean the one Gata and Luzu were talking about?
I heard they were to use forbidden machina. I had to stop them.
Huh? Why?
The use of machina.
That's bad, yeah?
Let them use whatever they want. They still won't defeat sin.
But it's not about defeating sin. The teachings of Yevon must be upheld.
Yeah, right.
But you don't understand. The Crusaders won't even listen to me. And it's all because I'm just a lowly acolyte.
Don't say that. Well, I haven't been a summoner for very long myself, you see. Still, I can't put myself down every time I fail. People are depending on me. They're depending on both of us.
Yes. Yes, you're right, my lady. Absolutely right. Thank you so much, Lady Yuna. Now, I feel I have the courage to finish my training.
Hey, not a terrible fight.
Hey, I'm a guardian now, so watch out.
Chances, yeah, I was gonna say the Dingo probably is gonna outspeed us because Tidus hasn't gotten any more agility. I think it's got an agility of 10, which should put it ahead of us. We're 11, and the only person that outspeeds that currently in my party is Yuna, since she's gotten that extra one. I'm gonna silence this one because we don't need it saying, oh, it resisted. Right, so that's bad. Rather bring Warren in. Knock this Dingo down, we're just gonna take damage. Ooh! Free overkill. Since we have the time for it, we can just guard with Warren. We need Mari to... He's just gonna wait it out. We're gonna try to silence it a second time. Because I either kill it now, or I just don't get to get the EXP for everyone, and I'd rather get the EXP for everyone. And it's actually worth taking the additional hit. Extractability on it, as per usual. Hit the ball for fun. Hit with the cat for fun. hit it with the nice baseball bat sounding tongue.
Yeah.
Alright. Now we can just lancet it to death. Level up a little bit. 3 more levels to get all of the null abilities. Not going to be too handy for a little bit. Looking more towards getting that life and probably pray. I don't want to head down here because this is where we get your Fyra and all the second tier spells. But we will definitely make sure we snag the mana node before we pass over it. The 2 defense and 2 health isn't really going to be worth too much. It's nice to see that we're going to eventually get down to that agility 3 node. Getting a accuracy by 1 will help Yuna a little bit. That shouldn't be too much. Great. The problem here with the Oran's Grid is it's very empty. And follows the analogy of you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You just, you know, you knock the rust off of them, basically. By using them. Alright, so Tidus is primed to actually go down the grid. Lulu's actually the one that's made it farthest down the wrong grid as of right now. Got that 1 additional strength. Should put her up at 8, which isn't the worst in the party anymore, but with these 2 actually being very close together, they should do roughly equivalent damage. Oh, I didn't move Warren. Warren's still not getting anything because he's going through one of the side links, which usually don't give you very much, especially in the X-Rooster grid. It's the trade-off if you want to multi-class or specialize. It's the eye drops. And here's the
we
save
rest
point.
here.
But this isn't our bed shop.
Is that a problem?
They don't believe in Yevon. And in Luca, they kidnapped Yuna.
Where were her guardians?
Oh.
Sir Orin's just concerned about your health.
I'm not tired one bit.
Well, I am.
As if I could sleep.
So we're going to save here. And that'll be it for this episode. It's going to be a little bit longer than the other ones because there's no save points in the Mi'ihen Highroad, and those battles are pretty rampant. So I really hope you enjoyed watching. Have a great day. Leave a thumbs up or comment if you want to see more or any different other videos. And until next time, have a wonderful day.